Hello, good afternoon to you. Welcome to Hard Factor 92.3 Nigeria Info and Hearing Port Harcourt. I'm Dio. 13 minutes gone past 3 p.m. It's the midweek edition of the show to fine Wednesday. Weather's kind of fine actually. And welcome to today's edition of the show. I hope you had a fine midweek so far. And I don't know, things are looking up, working out, your place of work, your place of business. And in spite of all the tedious things you have to deal with, if it's not government ineptitude in some way or another, at whatever level, it's a task force chasing you and destroying your lives at whatever level, or it's the police extorting you, robbing you, sometimes even killing you as well. It's incredible, really. It's incredible. It's incredible. It's almost like every institution of government in Nigeria is set up just to frustrate the average Nigerian. That's the number one purpose that this serves. It almost seems that way, allegedly, of course. It almost seems that way, and that's why I maintain, if Nigerians had lived during the much earlier days when dinosaurs roamed the earth, it's incredible, and it's unbelievable. Anyways, welcome. From now till 7, we keep the conversation going. In case I didn't mention earlier on, it's Hard Fact Time Dial. And several matters on the agenda. I've got side comments coming up in a moment. Random stories and random thoughts of mine, which will not be discussed now. No. Not until the open season segment, which comes up later on. After the major news at 6, that is. And let's see, what else is there? So I've got a rant also, something on my mind. I'll be expressing some thoughts on it. You're welcome to express your thoughts and mine till 4 p.m. Now, before we've got the business news coming up, yes, we do have that. And after the business news, let's see. Oh, here it is. Canvas the Niger Delta Roundtable. It's another Wednesday, and traditionally we're discussing the growth and development of the Niger Delta region. Well, everything we discuss on the show every day, one some or another, is about the growth and development of the region, Nigeria as a whole, you as a person. But on Canvas on Air, we home in specifically on the development of the Niger Delta region. Today, we're discussing arts and its contribution to society's growth. All right, so you're a young person or not so young person in the Niger Delta region, in Rivers State, for example, and you're thinking, am I weird? Am I crazy? You feel like you've got these creative tendencies and these creative juices all around you. Or in you rather, and everybody around you is just shouting, let's die there. Let's die there. And you're wondering if you're different. You're not shouting die there like them. You're not pledging your loyalty to some politician. You don't want to die for any. You don't want to snatch ballots. No. Okay. You know what? Truth be told, yes, you're weird. You're very weird. But there's nothing wrong with being weird. There's nothing wrong with being different. You're cool. Absolutely. But if you want to find out more about this and what it means, how you can go about expressing your creative juices and tendencies, especially if you think you're into the art and poetry or other such artistic tendencies, we'll discuss that in the 4 o'clock hour today. My guest on the show, an award-winning poet, Chijoke Amu Nadi, is going to be with me on the show in the 4 o'clock hour, all the way till 5 p.m. 5, we've got the news update coming up, and Parson blocks entrance to State Assembly. Yeah, they actually did. Remarkably, isn't it? Remarkably. Across the country, and goodness, in Rivers State, they actually did. I wonder what His Excellency thinks of that. But the Parliamentary Staff Association of Nigeria, PASAN, in Rivers State, in solidarity with the NLC, blocked the entrance of the State House of Assembly, protesting the non-implementation of financial autonomy by state legislatures. The action was in compliance with the order by its national body that all State Houses of Assembly be picketed. Addressing journalists during the zonal Vice President of PASAN, Usman Mohammed, said the State Houses of Assembly across the country will continue to remain closed until their demands are met. That's what he said. The State Chairman of is that it? Yeah, State Chairman of PASAN, Comfort Tuene, said the union has exhausted all avenues to get the attention of the government to their demand. Let's hear what Comfort Tuene I had to say about this situation. 2321, 2321. Aha.
We are asking for just one thing. We are asking for the implementation of the legislative autonomy as enshrined in the Nigerian Constitution as amended. The Constitution of Nigeria is supreme. Abino Biso.
All right. I guess the answer might be not so. Anyways, we'll be discussing that. What exactly is Parson protesting? Whose interests are they really advocating or rooting for or concerned for in this case? State Chairman of Parson, Comfort Otway, will be my guest in the 5 o'clock hour. Also, the Zonal Vice President of Parson, Okeleke Lewis, should be on the show as well. Catch us for that in the 5 o'clock hour. Headlines 5:30, major news at 6 p.m. An open season afterwards, during which, if you've missed out on any matter discussed on the show or mentioned by myself, for example, during the side comments, which will not be discussed now, you're welcome to express your thoughts on those in whatever time we have during the open season segment. Alright, so at about 7 o'clock, the show comes to an end, officially, of course. The Sports Gang will be in by 7 for extra time. Yes, indeed. Alright, so that's the show today. If there are changes, you will find out. Stick around. We get things going right now with today's side comments. Random stories, random thoughts that I came across. Let's see, and oh yes. How about this one? Remember the boat driver who the IGP Monitoring Task Force, the IGP Tactical Unit. IGP Tactical Unit. Reports have it that he was kidnapped by the IGP Tactical Unit. Allegedly, of course. I mean, because some have suggested, how do you explain arresting the person, detaining him, not letting him gain access to anyone, not even charging him for anything for about 5 days? And even when questions were asked as to if he was in your custody, you denied he was in your custody. I mean, some might say that's the definition of a kidnap. Some might say so. But Lucky Elusakin, the boat driver who was wrongfully arrested and detained for 5 days at the IGP Tactical Unit Borokiri, has named 2 officers. Yeah, Azubuike and Joshua. Officers Azubuike and Joshua as members of the team that arrested him. Mr. Elusakin named them while speaking at a radio program on Tuesday. Yeah, we now have their names. But by the way, AIG Agbonlao, this is credible intel. Yesterday, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? You were asking Nigerians to freely provide credible intelligence information to the Nigeria police. This is credible intelligence. How intelligent are you guys going to seem in your handling of this matter? But here's what Lucky had to say.
My idea, the name now Azubike.
Okay.
He's from AGA. Then the second officer to follow, his name now Joshua. Now just these 2 of them name I know.
Now, meanwhile, sub-Nigerians have likened it to the case of Chidma Ikunado and have called on the Commissioner of Police, Frandy Eboka, aka the Versatile One, to not sweep the matter under the carpet.
This one not be about arrest, I will call this one. This one I kidnapping because that guy for just die for there. He just remain for their hand. Nobody go know where a part of that guy. Because so they do shame our own. May they not cover this issue. May they follow up this issue. I don't know what they do for
Absolutely. Now remember that Lucky Elusakin was released on Monday after being detained at the IGP Tactical Unit, Borokiri, by men from the IGP Tactical Unit, Akwa Ibom State, wherever it is they came from. But the point is this: I think it was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I think I'd like to find that story before I move on. No, yeah, this is it. It's somewhere here. It has to be here. Oh yes, the Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 16, AIG Austin Agbonlao, has urged the public to, without fear, provide credible information to the police to enable them to fight crime. AIG Agbonlao made the call during an event organized by honoring members of the Police Officers Mess Port Harcourt. He promised that the identities of those who give police information will always be protected. Let's hear AIG Agbonlao again, and what he had to say on this intelligence finding mission that the police apparently have embarked on. Let's see, where is it? Here we are.
You can support the police in so many ways, not only financial matters, through information at different levels.
By the way, I was wondering when he meant not what he meant by not only in financial matters. I'm seriously wondering what. I hope it's not what my devious mind is thinking he meant. But moving on.
It must not be at the CP's office alone, from the division, from even the outpost. Everywhere I have taught, many people have that belief, which I say within is something of the past, that they don't have confidence, or if they tell the police anything, they will leak their identity. Gentlemen, we have gone beyond that level. At least at this digital level, you don't need to even see, you don't need to know your identity. Just pass your information across. Action will be taken.
AIG Austin Agbonlao. So now you have information. AIG. You have intelligence now. IGP tactical unit from Burokiri. We even their names. You don't need to investigate their names. They have, because you know how these investigations go. To investigate name might take 6 months. So we have helped you to shorten the time of your investigation. You have their names already. Azubike and what's the other one's name? Azubike and what's his name? And is it Joshua? Azubike and Joshua, exactly. I think those are their names of the IGP tactical unit. AIG Austin Agbonlao. You now have information. This is information, credible information given by Nigerians. The good people of Rivers State and Nigerians at large want to see what you will do with this information, so that they will know if all things are passed away and all things have or at least some things have become new, so that this will be a litmus test as to whether or not they should go ahead to provide information to our gallant officers in the police force. And his Honorable CPNess, CP of Rivers State, Friday Boka, aka the versatile one. This is information. Tactical units. Yes, they have done their thing. Azubike and Joshua, what are you going to do about it? CP, are we going to keep quiet and pretend that we didn't hear, we didn't get this intelligence information? This intelligence report that is everywhere. Everywhere. The whole world is hearing the intelligence report. The whole world is aware of this intelligence report. And by the way, the versatile CP, what is going on with the crackheads who extorted the Unipo student of, I think about 100,000 or more, and one of them forgot his phone? How long is this bank statement going to take? This one we're expecting. How long will it take? Versatile CP. How long will this investigation? The GPRS, the good people of Rivers State, are still waiting, patiently waiting. Because in that case also, intelligence, AIG Agbonlao, I hope you're also taking note, intelligence was provided. Intelligence report, information was given. So what have we done with that intelligence and that information? We're still investigating. Okay, we are waiting. We are waiting. Let's see. What else caught my attention today as I checked out the news? His Excellency the Governor met with the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Ibrahim Atahiru, and urged him to make a difference and stop the Army's involvement in politics. It seemed like it was a cordial meeting. I suppose. But I guess 2023 is still some distance away, so these meetings are going to be cordial for now until 2023 general elections come around, and then reports of assassination plots will rend the air, and allegations or insinuations of the possession of video and audio recordings that will prove the assassination plots. 2023 is not too far away, I suppose. We'll see how that goes. All right, I think I'll be wrapping up the side comment on that note, but not before in my capacity as the self-appointed Senior Special Advisor to the Rivers State Governor on reminding His Excellency of critical matters. Your Excellency, sir, if it does not bother you too much. A reminder of the situation that teachers in demonstration schools in Rivers State are having to live with. They are languishing, Your Excellency. About 5 years now, no salaries. And it's not the previous administration that did this, Your Excellency. It's not. The opposition is not responsible for this. No. This is not the APC. No. This is 100% your government, your administration, and the PDP. And to make matters worse, there is a National Industrial Court judgment mandating your government to pay them their salaries. But for some reason, you have insisted on not doing so. One wonders what they have done. Maybe one of their crimes is going to radio. But let's look on them with mercy. Your almighty excellenciness. Let's not look at their childishness. They are not loyal. That's their problem. That's their problem. These people need to learn that if they want to get salaries, they have to be loyal. 100% loyalty. Don't mind them, Your Excellency. So let's pay them. Let's pay them nonetheless. Maybe if we pay them the salaries, they will now learn. Now, right now, they are still hungry, from not having money to feed and their family. So if they eat, they can learn loyalty then. Also, Your Excellency, public education in Rivers State, especially at basic level, leaves a lot to be desired. Let's fix education. Your Excellency. It's the best legacy. It is. Flyovers once again might get us between GRA Junction and water lines, maybe a little faster, but that's it. Education takes us to the future. Education takes us to places flyovers can't even get to. A future that flyovers will no longer be required. Education will get us there. Well, that's it for today's side comment. I go on a break now. When I return, today's round comes up. Do please stay with us.
Information is a two-way thing. Nigeria Info, it's your turn. Let's talk.
I don't hammer since I begin they use biggie bets. I just they cash out anyhow.
You mean
They Diana, see them they offer bigger odds, 350% accumulator bonus, got one bonus, and you even fit cash out anytime, whether inside shop or online. Then they get better virtual games and jackpots. See them they even pay instant. Choose beer.
In the heart of Nigeria.
Info.
92.3. We are Nigeria Info.
To thrive in a fast-changing world.
Tune in to 92.3 Nigeria Info for the best of news, talk and sports 24/7.
Are you running late and can't make it down to our Room OC office to book your commercials? Don't worry, because you can take advantage of our marketing office inside Port Harcourt to book your commercials. It is located at Shop 9 Mediatrix of All Graces Plaza, opposite FIRS Stadium Road, Port Harcourt. You can also call our sales rep on 0817 001 8162. That's 0817 001 8162.
And now, Hard Facts.
Hard Facts with Dion.
Hello, welcome back to Hard Fact 91.3 Nigeria Info and Harry Port Harcourt and Dio. And I'd like to rant for just a bit. Now, remember when His Excellency the River State Governor recently, in the aftermath of the attack on the Benue State Governor Samuel Otom, said that if anything were to happen to His Excellency the Governor Samuel Otom, Nigeria will be buried. Something will happen. Nigeria will bury, basically, or something of that nature. Because of my, I hold His Excellency in very high esteem. And I consider His Excellency to be something of a mentor, I learn gleefully at the feet of His Excellency the Governor on how to portray myself, on how to act, on how to speak, and the things that I do, the way that I think, the way I process information. So what I say next is inspired by His Excellency the Governor, once again, who has stated categorically and emphatically that if anything should happen to Samuel Autumn, His Excellency the Governor, Nigeria will be buried and there will be crisis. So once again, don't hold me accountable for what I say next, because His Excellency has inspired me to think this way. All right, so we're all aware in Rivers State that task forces, the nefariousness, the brigandage, the calamities, the task forces in this is armed robbery. You think task force, and what you think immediately, what comes to mind? Criminals. You think task force, and what comes to mind? Ruffians, ragamuffins. Well, I use that word in a certain context. You think task force, and what comes to mind is people who are out there to steal, kill, and destroy. When the word task force comes to mind, especially as we operate them here in Rivers State, it's not news either. Or equally sadly, even the death of at least one security operative as well, coded due to the nefarious activities of officials of task forces here in Rivers State. And I have been mandated, allegedly, supposedly by the good people of Rivers State, to hereby declare that if, once again, don't blame me for what I'm saying right now, if any task force member, or if task force is responsible for the death of another person in Rivers State will, like I told you, I'm being inspired by the governor today. If anything happens to any resident in Rivers State caused by task force member, if anything will happen, Rivers State will, what's the word I'm looking? Can someone help me finish it? All right. So via WhatsApp, you know how when the governor is talking, addressing an audience, statement. So via WhatsApp, can you help me finish the statement? The number is 0809 030 6416. 0809 030 6416. If task force make anything happen to people in Rivers State, to the good citizens, the good people of Rivers State, if task force make anything to happen to them, Rivers State will. All right, I'm awaiting the responses via WhatsApp on 0809 030 6416. I repeat once again, if anything happened to Rivers residents because of the criminal activities of task forces in Rivers State will. I'm getting responses right now. Someone says, Rivers State will burn. Someone, buried. That's from Buchi. Rivers State will not take it. Someone says, burn. Rivers State will to Fiakwa. All right. Rivers State will disintegrate. That's Perez from Port Harcourt. Rivers State will break. Rivers State will boil. Rivers State will collapse. Will burn. Burn. Be buried. River State will boil. That's BC from Port Harcourt. River State will be buried in the Black Sea between Israel and Jordan. Have a new fly. Have a new flyover. All right. Will be buried. Will be demolished. That's Stanley from Woji. All right. Daddy, please allow us to send voice notes. Goodness, I wish we could do that. I sincerely wish we could do that. Voice note. But unfortunately, I'm not sure that I can. I need to set up some things here. I didn't make preparations for that. So that would have been so cool, really. You know, if I could do that. Even by Michael says explode. Will burn. Emmanuel Uzodema says will demolish River State. Will teach them a lesson, Nash Tony. Scatter. River State will sink. Yeah. River State will quench. Task force will be buried. Yeah. Wear your jeans tight. All right. Be buried, says Jennifer. And comments are pouring in, really. The comments are pouring in. Yeah. So once again, if task force make anything to happen to anybody in River State, where? Aha. And why am I inspired by the governor today? This story. A motorist has accused some officials of the River State Task Force on illegal motor park of attacking him with a machete. Mr. Emmanuel told our correspondent that he was beating up officials with his phone when he saw them harassing another driver along the east-west road in Rumusi, Port Harcourt. He said the task force officials vandalized his car and took his phone. Here's what he said.
They went and opened my car to carry the battery. They were dragging and I was trying to stop them. All of them was on me. They tore my clothes and they finally dragged the battery. They spoiled the battery and they went with the battery and dragged me into their vehicle that they're taking me to government house. So getting to Obrikwe flyover, they now stopped to push me down. I should get down. I said I won't go down. They should give me my phone and my battery. They refused. That was when they started hitting me and gave me this wound in my hand.
All right. I remember when I interviewed I think the commander of the River State Task Force on illegal parking, illegal markets, motor parks, and stuff like that. I remember when I interviewed him. I think it was my first interview with him, and he mentioned that one of the tools that the task force members are going to be working with is Machete. And I do remember. I hope you caught that interview that time. And I remember expressing concern about the task force members using Machete, because I did not understand why the task force members needed to use Machete, as they are not working in forests, and they are not firemen. So I wonder why they needed to use Machete if they are dealing with human beings and not animals, for that matter. But he expressed confidence that nothing will happen. It's just a safety precaution, and there are some things that they may need the machete for. Do you understand? And he insisted that it's not like every member of the task force will be going around with a machete, but one team will have one machete with them. Once again, why they even need the machete in the first place, I cannot comprehend. But that was the case. So apparently, task force commander, we have now seen why they needed the machete, so that they can be beating motorists or beating people who want to film their illegal activities and their atrocities with their phones. That's what the machete is for, so they can beat them with the machete. Who knows, cut some of them, and maybe one of these days, even kill somebody as well with the machete. But Rivers people, I am hereby declaring, from the inspiration given to me by His Excellency the Governor, that if a task force member, if a task force official, if the task force is responsible for the deaths of any son, of any daughter in River State will... the messages are still pouring. Someone says River State will stop shaking your head. Tell them to stop shaking, to stop... I wish you could see the responses I'm getting here via WhatsApp. It's incredible, really. All right. So it's very unfortunate, and a stitch in time saves lives. So, Your Excellency the Governor, please remember. We all remember what happened with the last task force, how they went about maiming, and even the activities led to the deaths of individuals. We don't want, at least right now, we are just at the stage of beating people with machete. That's the level that we are now. If we don't address this matter, if we don't deal with it, they will graduate from beating people with machete to cutting somebody's head off one day. Your Excellency, this is not sponsored by the opposition. It is going to happen. This is not APC. It's going to happen. It's not a curse. It's not a prophecy. It's just common sense. It is going to happen. As it happened with the last task force, we cried and we called about the atrocities. No one paid attention because everybody that talks is sponsored by the opposition. Eventually, the activities led to the deaths of individuals and maiming of others. So, let us do something about this current one before they gravitate from using their machete to beat people to killing people. And once again, if anything happens to any Rivers daughter, Rivers son, good person of Rivers State from this task force, Rivers State, someone says will cease to exist. Yeah, will cease to exist. Rivers State will be buried. Rivers State will burn, and then I will retrieve every from Eggy said that. Rivers State will wear jeans and face a task force. That was building from Adedayo. Rivers State will somersault. Task force will be buried. All right. So I'd like to get your take via WhatsApp right now. Via the phone lines, pardon me. Lines are open. By the way, on that note, I end my rant. Thanks for listening. Hope I did not bore you. Any thoughts about? Let's hear it. 0817 923 0002 or 0003. 0817 923 0007 or 0009. WhatsApp on 0809 030 6416. Please keep it brief, concise, and straight to the point. We're live on Twitter at NigeriaInfoPH. Also, Facebook.com/NigeriaInfoPH. Hello, hard fact to welcome.
Hello, Hartman.
Hello.
I'm Joseph calling from Port Harcourt.
Josh, go ahead.
If anything happens to any good person of River State, task force will be crashed. River State will crash. This task force, we have to wake up and do something. They said it's in time, state 9. Everything that is happening in this state now is becoming very cumbersome. I'm living in fear. The other day, task force was harassing a particular driver in my phone here, where I stay. I could even say, well, stop now. He carried Machete.
Wow.
So if anything happens to any good person of River State will crash. Thank you.
All right, Josh, you're welcome. Hello, 913. Hello? Hello?
Hello there, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, go on.
My name is OG and I'm calling you from Roboco.
Go ahead.
It's the River State here that I know River State has now turned to the forest. But rangers, rangers in the forest. They carry guns, they carry all these what's it called? The hunters gun, they carry machetes for poachers. But we are now poachers. River people are now turned to poachers. That were coming to steal one animal or the other that the River State task force are now using knife, machetes and all that. If they go ahead with this, if anything happens to any River people, we will not take it. We shall march, and there will be a heavy downpour. They should all hear it too. Before now, they will say now that it is a mistake and that nothing has happened like that. Before we will not tell us yes, nothing will happen. No, nothing will happen. That is what they are trying. That's why you are saying they are saying your own. If anything happens to any task force member too, they will tell you that one today. If anything happens to any task force member, we will not take it from anybody. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon, Dara.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, the name is Harry. I'm calling from Elephant.
You're welcome.
Yeah, there's something I want to say about this particular task force guys. No?
Yeah.
The other day, passing by Ajit here, I saw them harassing a tanker driver, carrying gas and all that. The looks of these task force members alone is so scary that getting even close to them is a problem. So I wonder how they even recruit these guys. Is it that they don't see gentle-looking individuals that look responsible, that they just go get people?
Do you think responsible people would jump into someone's car and start struggling with the steering wheel and the car keys?
No, obviously
and going about with
obviously
machete, beating people with machetes?
No, obviously not. They need to get responsible people, train them, tell them how to behave around people. Because personally, I don't like getting close to those guys. And I pray to God that I never have any issue with them. The members of the public should just be careful in dealing with these guys. That's all.
All right. Hello, 913. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Dio.
Hi.
Good afternoon, Christian from Port Harcourt.
Go on, Christian.
My own response to all these your rants is, if anything happens to this task force, this river is going to scatter like the way egg used to scatter.
Okay.
Are you hearing me? I said it will scatter, and when I go back, go in a village, go stay here, not in a place. When I not get village.
You let anything happen to any reverse person. You'll see what will happen to your task force. Hello, 913. Hello?
Hello? Dio.
Hi.
I'm going to change my voice from the weakest voice.
All right, go on.
I want to sing people and to tell you people, people must provide them for us.
Okay, all right, I think he's gone. Well, not the best impression, but not bad. 913, hello.
Good evening, Dio.
Good evening.
Yes, my name is Mr. Stone, calling from Elemi.
Go ahead.
You see this tax force of a thing. On my own, if anything happens to River State Indian, tax force must disband. You know, nothing happened to River State, but the tax force, I know tax force in River State again. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Hello?
Hello, Dio. Now, I'm calling on the international community to bring their life in River State on what this tax force is doing. So I'm calling them seriously because it's getting out of hand. I don't know a day that we wake up without hearing one person molested by this task force. It's still in your news where you want to call this tax riders and all that. See the same task force and everything. Dio, international community should bring fight immediately.
Yeah. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Please, I want to tell the River State governor that if anything happens to any River State citizen, we will demolish all the flyovers.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Hello? Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, go on.
This is to let River people know that we will resist. We will resist every effort that anybody will put up to cause any harm to any task force member in this. We will resist it with all our blood and make sure no harm will be done to any task force member.
And if task force cause any harm to any Rivers resident, we will resist it also.
They will wage in and resist everybody.
We will resist you first. We will resist you first. We'll be the first. We'll be the first to resist you. Hello.
Hello, Dio.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm Noble.
Go ahead.
These task force guys, they're doing. Do you believe that you will be driving on center of main road without anything? This guy will stop you. Now, even think maybe there is something else. I will drop inside your car. Try to drag you out. Asking you one stupid question like that. Then when you try to maybe you answer the one from the conductor side, one will off your motor with your correct your car key. Come and meet Oga. Come and meet Master. From there, 10,000, 20,000 don't come up from there. I think government needs to do something about this guy seriously. I'm told there is one thing I observe from you. When you do a land from concerned federal government, you don't give us more time to call. You just give us 5 minutes, or only 5 minutes. So as you give us time to talk on state own, also do the same thing on federal own. Thank you.
I don't know about that. However, I'd like to add, beyond the task force on street trading, illegal motor banks and the likes, there are a set of hoodlums also. I think they're called NURTW members. A set of hoodlums, criminals, who have some location, some site close to the Obiakpo Local Government Council. Why the chairman of the council, Honorable Solomon Abel Eke, and the entire council can't do anything about them completely confounds me. But then again, what do local governments do in Rivers State really when you think about it? So, Your Excellency the Governor, since everything appears to be at your table these days, could you address these guys also? They molest, they harass, they kidnap, they rob people. That's what they do. They claim that they are commercial or they're transporters when they're not. Private citizens or citizens in their private vehicles going about their legal daily business, not doing transport work, maybe just moving from point A to point B, trying to meet up with an appointment. They just jump into your vehicle, insist that you're a transporter, you didn't buy the ticket, and you must pay 10,000, you must pay 15,000, you must pay 20,000 naira. Right by the Obiakpo Local Government Council there. It's... How can things like this be going on, for crying out loud? How? In what society can this be a normal thing? In what society can this be a normal thing? Hello, Hard Factor, welcome.
Hello, 92.3.
Yeah, hi, go on.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Please, I want to just contribute something about this task force.
Yes.
Okay. You see, from origin, when we are under the colonial regime, see, from there we have to learn. You know, Nigeria don't want to learn and change. The name given to these people, task force. That's what a child always recall. Make that child to behave as per the name. When our forefathers were paying 1960s, when they were paying tax, those men that they used to send, you know, remember our fathers who used to run enter bush. When those men are coming, they will force you to pay the tax. So that's where the name of tax force come from. And any government, most government officers in Nigeria, they will just give that name force. You enter police, you have police force, Nigeria police force, army forces. So that name make them to be, you know, and they are giving on. Those guys, even that is what they, you can't tell any person that is after that name that they give that power to.
That's the much that I can take from you. I apologize. I am pressed for time. Via Facebook, Monko Bessa goes, if anything happens to any person in River State will teach them a lesson. Rito Aduga goes, if anything happens to any business person in River State will split. Simon Waller goes, in as much as I don't support some of the illegal activities of the task force, motorists should try and obey the law. Yes, motorists should obey the law, no doubt about that. Badi Chiwokwa goes down, just stand at Rumola Junction for 10 minutes and observe the so-called task force. Sometimes I wonder if most of them are mad. They're really not doing what they are asked to do. Shegun Akinpolo goes, everybody wear your jeans and resist any task force. David Uncle goes, if anything happens to any person in River State will be will be waterless. All right, so finally, if anything happens to any River State person, River State way, and I'm telling all River State people now, residents, indigenes, where ya? We have the business news coming up shortly, and canvas today afterwards. In the words of His Excellency himself,
all the women, all the men, all the boys, all the girls, everybody, wear your jeans. Wear your jeans. Wear your jeans. No, nobody to wear skirts that day. All of you, wear your...
We connect you to the world. We connect you to the vicinity. We are Nigeria Info.
Listen to me. I said this is a real situation and the government has to do something about it. What are you trying to insinuate? All these people looting Nigeria's money?
This is Nigeria Info in the heart of Nigeria.
92.3.
We are Nigeria Info.